Hi guys, Steph here. What have we got for you today? We've got yet another pen that was sat in a box with lots of other pens, and I thought, what a lovely handsome pen. Let's restore it, let's service it, and let's find a suitable home for it because it deserves to be used by somebody out there. And what we've got for you is a Swan Leverless Pen. Let's show you the barrel imprint. There you go. It says Swan Leverless Pen to the top. It's got a pat number underneath. To the left, it has Mabie Todd Co Ltd, and to the right, Made in England. And to the centre, it has the Swan logo. So it's got a lovely clear imprint. And in a lot of these cases, the model number you will find at the bottom, just above the turning knob at the end of the barrel. In this particular case, not unusual, but it does not have the model number. As I say, that's not unusual. I've seen these pens before without the imprint of the model number. But what we have for you here is the Swan Leverless Pen, the 2060 model. Okay, now for you viewers, regular viewers, you will say, well, Steph, just recently you showed us a 2060 and it looks a little bit different. Yes, the one I recently showed you, which I'll leave you a link to the very top so you can go and have a look at it if you haven't seen it, was a torpedo shaped pen. As you can see, in this case, it's what we term as the flat-ended pen. So it's the 2060, but it is the early version. And I believe this one is less common than the later torpedo because I believe the sort of the manufacturing period for this particular pen, well, the period was quite short. Okay, so it's more desirable than the later model. Now, the size of the pen from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, it's 135 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a lovely, chunky 13 millimeters in diameter. So, as I said, the early version of the 2060. At this particular time, and when I say this particular time, this one I'm dating around the 1930s, and then around about sort of the 1940s, I believe they brought out the torpedo shaped pen. So 1930s is when they brought out this particular flat-ended model. Okay, now at the time they also brought out a very similar model. I think it was a 0160. I think that had two cap rings with a number 2 nib. They also brought out a 1060 which had a number 4 nib, and this one was the biggest pen, or yeah, the biggest pen of that particular period within the range. This was, yeah, I mean, could it be an oversized pen? It's bigger than most pens, so yeah, maybe it's the oversized. It was the top of the range at that particular period. So a very nice pen indeed. For you people that don't know, it's got this knurled turning knob at the bottom, which we'll show in a moment. It's got these 3 cap bands. You can see a slightly wider one to the centre and 2 thinner ones. And then we've got the very recognisable Swan ball clip with the Swan logo to the very top there. And on this pen, this particular model, you can see it's got this little gold button inset to the top of the cap with a Swan logo in a gold colour. Now when I found it, it was a little bit tired and just needed cleaning up, giving it a good polish. The button to the top was missing. I managed to find a donor pen to take the button from that, install it on this. There was a little bit of a kink in the nib as well, which we've worked on, and it's looking a lot better. But all in all, a very handsome pen. And I can imagine at the period, the 1930s, if somebody was using this particular pen, then I'm sure they would have got a lot of admiring looks. Let's unscrew the cap for you, show you the pen in a number of different angles for you. As I say, it's been fully restored. We put a brand new large neck sack inside. Everything's been cleaned. It's all ready to go, and it's ready to find a suitable home. Let's go up to the section. You can see it's got this very typical swan section to the top, and if I turn it round somewhere, I think we've just missed it. I think there it is. You'll see it says Swan to the bottom of the section there. And then the bonus on this particular pen, because it's the 2060, it has the large number 6 nib, as you can see there. Okay, so it reads Swan, then it's got this 6 underneath. It has Mabie Todd Co underneath, and you can't see it because it'll be in the section, but it has made in England to the very bottom of the nib. So you can see it has this very large number 6 nib. It's got the typical swan feed, again with the word Swan to the feed underneath, as you can see there, and everything is very nice and clean because, as I said, it's been restored and it's ready to go to the new home. Okay, so a substantial fountain pen. Even with my large hands, it feels very comfortable to hold and to use, because personally I do like oversized pens because I've got these large hands. But what we'll do, I'm not going to fill the pen because, as I've mentioned, I've put a brand new sack in the pen. I'm going to leave that pleasure to the new owner. But what we'll do, we'll actually do a dip test for you. Okay, so the reason for the dip test is when I actually sort of was working on the nib, I felt it to be quite a soft nib. So what we have, this is the first time I'm testing it, so you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. So a Swan Leverless pen, and again we're dating it 1930s, made in England. It's writing very nicely indeed. I'm actually hardly putting any pressure onto the nib, but if I put a little bit of pressure on, there you go. Just as a thought, let's just dip it again. Okay, let's just dip it again, and okay, we run out of ink. So there we've got a flexi nib. Okay, this number 6 nib has got some flex to it. It's writing very nicely indeed. And I don't know if you can actually see, for some reason, yeah, I'm getting this bleeding into the paper, which I don't understand why it's actually happening. Okay, it only tends to happen now and again. It happened very early when I bought this particular pad, whether it's a I don't know whether it's a dud pad, a different pen, sorry, a different paper, I'm not too sure. I think I have actually bought a new pad, which I think I'm going to have to try, but either way, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you people out there have got your favourite paper, and I'm sure the pen will handle nicely, but in this particular case, on this paper, we're getting some bleed to the writing sample. But either way, as I said, you can see it's got a lovely flexi nib, and it's a lovely handsome fountain pen, a Swan Leverless pen. Okay, this is the number 2060 with the flat ends. Either way, actually, what I've not actually showed you, what you would do, you would dip the nib and the ink and the section in the ink, and you would actually turn this particular knob like so, and then you'd turn it back. In effect, a bar would actually squish the sack inside, and at that point it would fill with your favourite ink. So that's how it's actually filled. So let's pop that back down again. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment down below, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe as well. For now, I'm just going to say Slava Ukraini from me in this gorgeous handsome pen. Bye bye for now.